Interested in bringing your ideas to life? Here at Milford TV, we give you the opportunity and resources you need to turn your content into reality. We offer memberships with access to equipment and use of our in-studio setup to allow you to get your message across in a professional manner. Or if you simply have the desire to gain hands-on experience in the field of digital media, you can become a volunteer at Milford TV, where we teach essential skills and tools that allow our members to create and tell their stories. From studio interviews, to sports coverage, to field shows, we provide the community the chance to stay informed and get involved. If you're a local company looking for an opportunity to promote your business, consider becoming a sponsor of Milford TV. We offer several sponsorship options for local business visibility during our sports broadcast as well as other areas. Whether you hope to inspire others, highlight issues you're passionate about, or would like to learn more and participate in the production process, Milford TV is the perfect place to start. Call or visit us at milfordtv.net for information on how to become a member or volunteer, and see why now is the time to join the Milford TV family. Come on over so you can be part of the action. Interested in bringing your ideas to life? Here at Milford TV, we give you the opportunity and resources you need to turn your content into reality. We offer memberships with access to equipment and use of our in-studio setup to allow you to get your message across in a professional manner. Or if you simply have the desire to gain hands-on experience in the field of digital media, you can become a volunteer at Milford TV, where we teach essential skills and tools that allow our members to create and tell their stories. From studio interviews, to sports coverage, to field shows, we provide the community the chance to stay informed and get involved. If you're a local company looking for an opportunity to promote your business, consider becoming a sponsor of Milford TV. We offer several sponsorship options for local business visibility during our sports broadcast as well as other areas. Whether you hope to inspire others, highlight issues you're passionate about, or would like to learn more and participate in the production process, Milford TV is the perfect place to start. Call or visit us at milfordtv.net for information on how to become a member or volunteer, and see why now is the time to join the Milford TV family. Come on over so you can be part of the action. Interested in bringing your ideas to life? Here at Milford TV, we give you the opportunity and resources you need to turn your content into reality. We offer memberships with access to equipment and use of our in-studio setup to allow you to get your message across in a professional manner. Or if you simply have the desire to gain hands-on experience in the field of digital media, you can become a volunteer at Milford TV, where we teach essential skills and tools that allow our members to create and tell their stories. From studio interviews, to sports coverage, to field shows, we provide the community the chance to stay informed and get involved. If you're a local company looking for an opportunity to promote your business, consider becoming a sponsor of Milford TV. We offer several sponsorship options for local business visibility during our sports broadcast as well as other areas. Whether you hope to inspire others, highlight issues you're passionate about, or would like to learn more and participate in the production process, Milford TV is the perfect place to start. Call or visit us at milfordtv.net for information on how to become a member or volunteer, and see why now is the time to join the Milford TV family. Come on over so you can be part of the action. Interested in bringing your ideas to life? Here at Milford TV, we give you the opportunity and resources you need to turn your content into reality. We offer memberships with access to equipment and use of our in-studio setup to allow you to get your message across in a professional manner. Or if you simply have the desire to gain hands-on experience in the field of digital media, you can become a volunteer at Milford TV, where we teach essential skills and tools that allow our members to create and tell their stories. From studio interviews, to sports coverage, to field shows, we provide the community the chance to stay informed and get involved. If you're a local company looking for an opportunity to promote your business, consider becoming a sponsor of Milford TV. We offer several sponsorship options for local business visibility during our sports broadcast as well as other areas. Whether you hope to inspire others, highlight issues you're passionate about, or would like to learn more and participate in the production process, Milford TV is the perfect place to start. Call or visit us at milfordtv.net for information on how to become a member or volunteer, and see why now is the time to join the Milford TV family. Come on over so you can be part of the action. Interested in bringing your ideas to life? Here at Milford TV, we give you the opportunity and resources you need to turn your content into reality. We offer memberships with access to equipment and use of our in-studio setup to allow you to get your message across in a professional manner. Or if you simply have the desire to gain hands-on experience in the field of digital media, you can become a volunteer at Milford TV, where we teach essential skills and tools that allow our members to create and tell their stories. From studio interviews, to sports coverage, to field shows, we provide the community the chance to stay informed and get involved. If you're a local company looking for an opportunity to promote your business, consider becoming a sponsor of Milford TV. We offer several sponsorship options for local business visibility during our sports broadcast as well as other areas. Whether you hope to inspire others, highlight issues you're passionate about, or would like to learn more and participate in the production process, Milford TV is the perfect place to start. Call or visit us at milfordtv.net for information on how to become a member or volunteer, and see why now is the time to join the Milford TV family. Come on over so you can be part of the action. Interested in bringing your ideas to life? Here at Milford TV, we give you the opportunity and resources you need to turn your content into reality. We offer memberships with access to equipment and use of our in-studio setup to allow you to get your message across in a professional manner. Or if you simply have the desire to gain hands-on experience in the field of digital media, you can become a volunteer at Milford TV, where we teach essential skills and tools that allow our members to create and tell their stories. From studio interviews, to sports coverage, to field shows, we provide the community the chance to stay informed and get involved. If you're a local company looking for an opportunity to promote your business, consider becoming a sponsor of Milford TV. We offer several sponsorship options for local business visibility during our sports broadcast as well as other areas. Whether you hope to inspire others, highlight issues you're passionate about, or would like to learn more and participate in the production process, Milford TV is the perfect place to start. Call or visit us at milfordtv.net for information on how to become a member or volunteer, and see why now is the time to join the Milford TV family. Come on over so you can be part of the action. Interested in bringing your ideas to life? Here at Milford TV, we give you the opportunity and resources you need to turn your content into reality. We offer memberships with access to equipment and use of our in-studio setup to allow you to get your message across in a professional manner. Or if you simply have the desire to gain hands-on experience in the field of digital media, you can become a volunteer at Milford TV, where we teach essential skills and tools that allow our members to create and tell their stories. From studio interviews, to sports coverage, to field shows, we provide the community the chance to stay informed and get involved. If you're a local company looking for an opportunity to promote your business, consider becoming a sponsor of Milford TV. We offer several sponsorship options for local business visibility during our sports broadcast as well as other areas. Whether you hope to inspire others, highlight issues you're passionate about, or would like to learn more and participate in the production process, Milford TV is the perfect place to start. Call or visit us at milfordtv.net for information on how to become a member or volunteer, and see why now is the time to join the Milford TV family. Come on over so you can be part of the action. Interested in bringing your ideas to life? Here at Milford TV, we give you the opportunity and resources you need to turn your content into reality. We offer memberships with access to equipment and use of our in-studio setup to allow you to get your message across in a professional manner. Or if you simply have the desire to gain hands-on experience in the field of digital media, you can become a volunteer at Milford TV, where we teach essential skills and tools that allow our members to create and tell their stories. From studio interviews, to sports coverage, to field shows, we provide the community the chance to stay informed and get involved. If you're a local company looking for an opportunity to promote your business, consider becoming a sponsor of Milford TV. We offer several sponsorship options for local business visibility during our sports broadcast as well as other areas. Whether you hope to inspire others, highlight issues you're passionate about, or would like to learn more and participate in the production process, Milford TV is the perfect place to start. Call or visit us at milfordtv.net for information on how to become a member or volunteer, and see why now is the time to join the Milford TV family. Come on over so you can be part of the action. Interested in bringing your ideas to life? Here at Milford TV, we give you the opportunity and resources you need to turn your content into reality. We offer memberships with access to equipment and use of our in-studio setup to allow you to get your message across in a professional manner. Or if you simply have the desire to gain hands-on experience in the field of digital media, you can become a volunteer at Milford TV, where we teach essential skills and tools that allow our members to create and tell their stories. From studio interviews, to sports coverage, to field shows, we provide the community the chance to stay informed and get involved. If you're a local company looking for an opportunity to promote your business, consider becoming a sponsor of Milford TV. We offer several sponsorship options for local business visibility during our sports broadcast as well as other areas. Whether you hope to inspire others, highlight issues you're passionate about, or would like to learn more and participate in the production process, Milford TV is the perfect place to start. Call or visit us at milfordtv.net for information on how to become a member or volunteer, and see why now is the time to join the Milford TV family. Come on over so you can be part of the action. Coverage of our Scarlet Hawks athletics on Milford TV is brought to you by the following sponsors. Our presenting sponsor, the Rentschler Flatbread Company, a casual American dining experience with locations in Hudson and on Main Street here in Milford. Rentschler Biopharma, sponsor of our broadcast booth. Rentschler Biopharma transforms innovative ideas into life-saving biopharmaceuticals. Rentschler Biopharma, reliability you can trust. And Unibank, big bank know-how, community bank attitude, serving the Milford community at their local branch on Prospect Street inside the Shaw's Plaza.
Okay? You got the points? All right, just hit start and stop. If the refs give you this, stop the clock. Otherwise, we play. Clock runs unless there's a goal, then you stop it, okay? Thanks, bud. We'll yell up, too. It'll all work. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome inside the athletic fields here at Milford High School, as Milford TV is happy to bring you coverage of Scarlet Hawks athletics presented by the Rail Trail Flatbread Company. Rail Trail Flatbread Company is a casual American dining experience specializing in an all-scratch-made kitchen featuring wood-fired flatbreads, an inviting atmosphere for the whole family to enjoy. Milford TV Executive Director Tim Coet here with you on the call as we get our first look of the season at this varsity boys soccer team here in week 2 of the fall sports season. Milford comes into this matchup tied for first place in the Kelly Rex division standings with a 2-1-0 overall record, and they face off against a team from the Davenport division in the Stoughton Black Knights. Stoughton is 1-0-1. They are also tied for first place in their division standings. And we bring you this action as always, live from our Rentschler Biopharma broadcast booth. So happy to have our partners from Rentschler Biopharma. They are a global contract development and manufacturing organization specializing in biopharmaceuticals and advanced therapies. Rentschler Biopharma, reliability you can trust. So again, getting deeper into the second week of this fall sports season. We've now had a chance to be here for all of our teams in our fall sports coverage. We've had a couple of girls soccer matches so far on the season. The girls volleyball team, a big victory for the football team in week 1 here at home last week, and now it is this boys soccer team's turn to take center stage. It's been overall a pretty successful start to the season for this Milford boys team. A couple of victories against league competition so far on the season. Their only loss came in their opening day of the season, which once again came against St. John's Prep, this time on the road. A very low-scoring, close game, and Milford on the losing end of a 1-0 final score, but they follow that up with back-to-back 3-goal performances, a couple of victories, and now looking to extend that winning streak here this afternoon as they play host to the Stoughton Black Knights. And so ready to get this action underway, bringing it to you live across all of our Milford TV platforms, whether you're joining us live locally here in Milford, courtesy of our educational channel or our Verizon HD channel, or if you're streaming this game live or after the fact on our YouTube channel. So happy to have everybody with us on the coverage here this afternoon. And Milford ready to get this game started. We begin first half action with Milford attacking from right to left across your screens, immediately looking for a strike off that opening kick. Ball a little bit off target for Mateus De Jesus as that ball came screaming in towards the near post. De Jesus had a step on a defender but popped that ball wide to the far side of the Stoughton net. Goal kick released here by Stoughton. They gather it in right around the center circle, bringing it over towards the far side of the field, and that will go out of play. Milford, a quick redemption season last year after a 2023 season that did not go the way that this program was accustomed to, finishing outside of the playoff picture, but a quick rise right back to prominence last season, challenged for the Kelly Rex Division title, made it into the MIAA playoffs, and now looking to make it 2 straight seasons back in tournament competition. That is certainly the expectation for this program with all of the talent back, as this ball will pop out of play. Breezy conditions as action gets underway here. Weren't quite sure what the weather conditions were going to be today, expecting the possibility of some intermittent showers with some more steady rain closer to the coast, but right now mostly sun with just a few clouds here overhead. So overall good conditions for this boys soccer matchup here this afternoon. The first home game of the season for the Milford boys after playing their first 3 on the road. As this ball comes in from the far side, and a scramble and a save made by Yuri Diaz. So he makes a sure-handed stop, and so Milford now tries to break this out. Stoughton putting some pressure on. Milford now trying to pop this ball up the near sideline, but goes out of play. Across the box, Stoughton gathers back in. They come in tight. This one popped over towards the far sideline and will go out. But the biggest, perhaps unexpected change for Milford is in net, where they got some incredible play last season. We'll dig into that a little bit more, perhaps in the next pause in the action. But in the meantime, Stoughton continues to challenge right outside of the box. Milford able to get a partial clear here, but an errant pass sends it back into the Stoughton attacking side. Now Milford gets it back out as far as midfield. Milford will have the toss in now just outside of the Stoughton bench area. Onto the foot of Kyle Martins. And an attempt at a pass down towards the corner that again is deflected out of play. Stoughton, meanwhile, has had some difficult seasons in boys soccer, but this program really started to gain some positive traction last season. The Knights finished last season just a game under 500, 7-8-3 overall, so that was a big improvement. Nearly made it in to the postseason, and so looking to take that next step, making it into the MIAA playoffs this year with a decent amount of talent returning from last year's team. That pass too far out of the reach of Martins over on the near sideline, so Stoughton will have a chance to toss it in. Number 1 for Stoughton, which unfortunately we do not have on the roster that we received prior to the game, so apologies there. Over on the far side of the field, it's Milford's captain Mike Gonzalez contesting. 4 captains listed on the Milford roster for this season, including Mike Gonzalez, Gianelli Cassine, Guy Charisma, and Danny De Silva. As that ball goes out of play, takes a hop into the visiting bleachers. We'll get a new ball in play as we just passed the opening 5 minutes in this first half action. These two teams feeling one another out. A lot of Milford's offense came late in their most recent game. We'll get to more of that as the broadcast goes on as well. This ball coming quickly up ahead, gets past the keeper. Milford continues to pester, tries to take a tough angle shot, and that ball will go out of play. A continued relentless effort there from Brian Ribeiro trying to make something happen, especially once that ball got past the Stoughton keeper, and the Stoughton defense really having to scramble to keep that from going into the net. It goes out of play, but we'll have our first corner kick chance of the match, and you can see those flags, especially here on the near sideline, moving pretty briskly. So this Milford will be kicking this ball into that wind. So we'll see if that's a factor. Still plenty on the kick. The header attempt for Ribeiro goes up over the net and out of play. .33 minutes and 25 seconds on the clock as the Knights prepare to release a goal kick. It's deflected back in, and now the whistle going against Milford will allow Stoughton to free kick this ball further up the field. Down the far sideline, plucked away by Milford. Directing this back towards the middle of the field where Stoughton pushes it forward. Up along the far sideline, intercepted by number 5, Felipe Dos Santos for the Stoughton Black Knights, and that ball is fired out of play and came within about a foot of surprising us here inside the press box windows. And so play resumes here. No fans right in front of the press box at the present moment. Pretty light crowd here for this 4 o'clock start time between these two varsity boys soccer programs. Stoughton another free kick just on their own side of the midfield line. This ball has plenty of air on it. Milford able to redirect it back out with the header. And now trying to break this out straight up the middle. Couple of nice passes. And now this one leading out in front of a streaking Danny DeSilva. He's able to get there, passes back, but nobody home. And a chance for Kyle Garrity, one of the Stoughton captains, to return this ball the other way. And that talented Milford defensive line doing some work there as that ball quickly turned in the opposite direction. Good veteran presence on defense for Milford this season. Mikey Moreira now up along the near sideline. He loses that ball, and again Stoughton clears it out. Quaresma using his significant height advantage there to send that ball the other way, but Stoughton again able to close in quickly. And now this ball all the way into the box, cradled by Diaz. Milford regains control, moved it along the near sideline for Brian Ribeiro, who already has a couple of goals on this season. Centering pass is deflected and will trickle out of play. Milford will get a toss deep on their attacking side. And all the way in towards the keeper. It will drop onto that. It is Cameron Pierce, the sophomore, in net for the Knights. Over towards the near sideline for Kyle Garrity. And now back across the middle for Isaac Carvalho before Milford is able to clean it out. Driven back towards the middle as we're now past the first 10 minutes of this first half. Milford taking on Stoughton. That ball out of the reach of Milford, tracked down in the corner and kept alive. Eventually goes out, and we'll have our first Stoughton corner kick, I believe. I beg your pardon, going out just shy of the goal line, so a toss in. Milford deflects it out. Stoughton with a bit of a weak kick back in towards the box, an easy clear in the end for the Scarlet Hawks, but Stoughton continuing to keep Milford pinned back on their defensive side of the field for a good chunk of this opening sequence. A little bit of room here for Milford. Nice self pass for Moreira. Gets bumped off the ball right at the end. Now uses his speed to get back in there. Now a short pass over in the direction of DeSilva. Danny DeSilva, De Jesus. The two go back and forth. Stoughton clears it out, and Milford will regroup at the midfield line. And now players on both sides go down just briefly. Stoughton will restart it with a free kick. So when we talk about the changes in net for Milford, Robbie Capelli last season having just an outstanding year in net, finished the season with a .67 goals allowed average and 11 shutouts over the course of Milford's campaign. As this ball pops around in the air dangerously in front of the Milford net. Now the Scarlet Hawks get the clear. De Silva tries to move it along for De Jesus. And Stoughton can't keep it in. But Capelli getting an opportunity to play elsewhere this season, so no longer a Milford High School student. And so the Scarlet Hawks with Some new faces in the goalkeeping tandem. They actually have 3 keepers listed on the roster, including Yuri Diaz, who gets the start here today. Victor Dos Santos looking to be the backup, with Avi Mahanta serving as a 3rd string. Now Morera giving chase again, getting tangled up with the feet of a defender. Milford with a lot of whistles not going their way here in this first half. A lot of contact. Haven't been able to get much generated on their offensive side of the field so far. So we talked about it, the game, Milford's most recent game, they needed to come from behind, got a lot of offense late. As a matter of fact, scored 2 of their 3 goals inside of the final 10 minutes to come from behind to earn a victory against the Sharon Eagles on the road. Danny Da Silva, excellent speed, as we've come to see throughout his varsity career. He closes here. Continues to move this ball single-handedly. Ended up taking a really tough angle shot that does deflect off of a Stoughton body out of play to give Milford their 2nd corner kick. Coming now with 25 minutes remaining on the first half clock. This ball comes in right at the feet of Quaresma. Unable to make a play, and Stoughton gets the quick clear. Milford with a numbers advantage the other way, but good footwork for the senior captain, Max Pokraka. And again, Milford getting tangled up, going down to the turf as that ball ends up out of play. Both benches pretty subdued in the early stages of this game. Everyone's seated. As this ball drifts in dangerously, and Milford able to get a full swing on that ball to clear it out as far as the midfield, but Stoughton again will dump it down towards the corner. Stoughton feeling like the more organized, more aggressive team right now, really dictating the pace. Just over 23 minutes remaining. Apologies for the delay in getting our scoreboard up on your screen. And that scoreboard's still all zeros. Assistant coach Mike Da Silva with some strong words from the sidelines, wanting to see this team play with more purpose. Once again, the head coach for this Milford boys this Milford boys soccer varsity program is Antonio Pinto, as this ball comes streaking in for Milford, but is quickly cast out by the Knights. So Antonio Pinto back as head coach once again, assisted by Mike Da Silva. This has been a strong coaching tandem for this boys soccer program for the last several seasons. This program has set such a high bar over the last decade plus. Looking to be one of Milford's most competitive programs once again this year. Out of the reach there of De Jesus. Stoughton buying some time, but Milford, Enrique Lopes able to steal this ball, driving it up the near sideline, but Stoughton allows it to roll out of play. Meanwhile, it is head coach Daniel Rudolph on the Stoughton side who calls a timeout here. Pretty early point in the match for a timeout, but it stops the clock with 21 minutes and 35 seconds to go. So again, that gives us a chance to delve a little bit more into how this very early stretch of the season has gone for Milford. We mentioned it. They opened up the season with a road matchup against St. John's Prep, a non-conference match to open up the season once again. That came very early on September the 2nd. And a 1-0 loss in that season opening match for Milford, but they've come back with back-to-back wins since then, both of those on the road as well. At North Attleboro last Thursday, Milford able to enjoy a 3-0 victory. And then, as we mentioned, matching up with a tough Sharon Eagles team at their home field. And that was on Monday of this week. Sharon able to score early to take the lead. And they led 2-1 all the way down to the final 10 minutes, and then that is when Milford's offense was able to spring to life in crunch time. Brian Rivero scoring 2 goals as part of that come-from-behind victory. Danny De Silva with a goal in that game as well. Milford's gotten a couple of goals early on in the season, also from Brian Ribeiro. So back out of the timeout, just over 21 minutes remain in the half. So overall, 2 for Ribeiro on the season, 1 for De Silva, 1 for Guy Quaresma, 1 for Mateus De Jesus on a penalty shot. That has been the scoring so far. As Milford gathers this ball in right outside the circle, pushed ahead looking for Morera. Frustrated as he couldn't catch up to that ball before it deflected out of play. Sun obscured behind the cloud cover for now, and again, breezy conditions down at the field as we come up on the midway point in this first half. Diaz and Net able to get that kick away just in time up along the far sideline. This is a new position for Diaz, who was on the varsity roster last season, but not a part of the goalie tandem. Good pass here, finds Marco De Silva, and then Milford losing their footing. Mateus De Silva allowing Stoughton to clear that ball out. So Milford having some footing issues perhaps in this first half. We've seen a lot of trips and falls and collisions through this first 20 minutes or so. Now this ball driven the other way. Gets past Gonzalez. And now pushed across to the near side, gathered in there. And now Milford tries for the clear. Second opportunity here, that one just out of the reach of Ribeiro. Goes back, tries to get this ball, and Stoughton will conservatively play it back to their keeper. Pierce delivering it out for the breakout up the far sideline. 18 minutes and 40 seconds to go in the first half. A lot of communication from the Stoughton sideline. Moreira trying to get a little fancy there with a backwards pass, and now a collision along the near sideline. And Stoughton is going to get another free kick. Milford keeps things under control, at least briefly. Stoughton now challenges at the edge of the box. Regains control here for a shot that will sail over the Milford net and out of play. A lot of adjustments here as we wait for this goal kick from the Stoughton coaching staff. They really liked the energy that this team had as they assembled for this season. A confidence boost last year, being much more competitive in the league. And this would certainly be a statement for the Knights if they can hang with this Milford program. It's something that they really have not been able to do for almost the last decade. We'll dig into those numbers a little bit at our next opportunity, as here they push this ball in at the edge of the box. It's reeled back in for a shot, and again it's wide, but Stoughton generating scoring opportunity after scoring opportunity, and Milford fortunate that a lot of these quality looks have been wide of the net. Milford moving this ball along the far sideline now. And Milford does not get the toss here. Instead, it's the Knights. And so another quick end to a possession for Milford without any sort of traffic in front of the Stoughton net. It's been pretty easy going in this half so far for Cameron Pierce. This ball blasted high in the air. De Silva able to free himself from contact, directing traffic now as he crosses to the middle of the field. Gives this up for a shot attempt for Brian Ribeiro that is saved by Pierce. And so a shot on goal, but a relatively easy save for Pierce. A little more pushing and shoving for these two teams as Stoughton is able to regain possession. Toss it back in along the far sideline with less than 15 minutes to go in this half. A lot has gone Stoughton's way overall throughout this half. Well, we're fortunate that they have nothing to show for it on the scoreboard, at least as of yet. Milford keeps this ball in play. They push it back to that defensive line, and now this ball ricochets hard off the foot of Moreira. And then out of play, Moreira will get a rest here on the sideline. Seen Mikey Moreira as a varsity player for this boys soccer team as well as the boys volleyball team since he was a freshman. He's had a lot of raw talent, now entering into his upperclassman years, a junior this season. A lot more height now for Moreira than when we saw him start to break out as a freshman. As this ball deflects out of play. .13.5 minutes to go in this first half. corner kick now for the Knights to be taken by Louis Zeng. Stoughton kicking with the wind from this corner as this ball drops down and will find the back of the net. Just a little redirect there. Tough to see who ultimately pushed that into the back of the net. 12:53 to go off the corner kick. Stoughton will strike first. Trying to look back in our live stream feed, really hard to see who made contact with that ball in front of the net. It almost looked like it just took a bounce off the turf. A very lucky bounce for Stoughton and went in. See if we can take one more quick look at it. It's possible that it was Ayrton Jeanette, number 17, who maybe deflected that ball. So that's how we'll put it on our score sheet for now. But regardless, the hard work finally pays off for the Knights. Really doing a lot of good things throughout this half. And finally rewarded with a score here to take a 1-0 lead as we tick down to 12 minutes to play in the half. So we'll see if that serves as a possible wake-up call here for the Scarlet Hawks. So now Zeng, who sent in that corner kick that resulted in the score, in on the possession once again. Stoughton dumps it deep and deflected out off of Stoughton. Goal kick here for the Scarlet Hawks. Trying to get comfortable here in their home debut. Another whistle going against Milford here as they stepped out of bounds. Two sides come together right at midfield. Moreira, after a quick rest, back out there. Soft pass for Moreira back to De Jesus. Feeds it ahead to De Silva, had to go back to gather it in. Now room for the shot, and that is just wide to the near side. It was deflected, got a piece of Stoughton on the way through, and so Milford will get the corner. Looks like Marco De Silva taking the corner kick. And too much on that. Easy for Stoughton to pick it up in the far corner. And a great ball all the way through onto the attacking side for the Knights. Milford finally able to strip it away. Soft touch from Quaresma gets it started. He'll get it back here. Cameron Wilson, the captain for Stoughton, really pestering that Milford defensive line. And now on the move here, Isaac Carvalho. relentless pressure here from the Black Knights. Less than 10 minutes remaining in this half. Yet another free kick here for Stoughton. All of the free kicks awarded in this half have been awarded to the Black Knights. Very disciplined in this half. Hard work. Traveling upfield that time for De Jesus. He'll get the toss in. Dumps it towards the corner for De Silva to pick up. And then deposited right back out of play by Felipe dos Santos. It is Kyle Garrity, Felipe dos Santos, Cameron Wilson, and Max Pokraka who are the 4 Stoughton captains. As this ball is delivered far out of play, so we'll allow a couple of Stoughton subs to come in. Less than 8 minutes on the first half clock now. Stoughton scoring with a little less than 13 minutes to go in this half to give themselves a 1-0 lead. Up ahead again, Milford's defense with their hands full, having to force that ball out. Brian Rivero with a bit of a rest on the sideline here with now less than 7 minutes to go until halftime. Milford staying close there, and for the first time we get a whistle that goes Milford's way. Too much contact from Ayrton Jeanette, who again we believe was credited with that Stoughton goal off a very slight redirect from the corner kick. Morera with 2 defenders in close proximity. Tries to keep that ball inside that near sideline, but Stoughton will take over here with the toss in. Hudson Jules moves it along for the Knights, back to Carvalho. And a free kick here in a good spot for the Knights. So it'll take us down to the 5.5 minute mark. Ribeiro still on the sideline. Enrique Lopes on the sideline waiting to check back in, but be after this kick. Read well by Yuri Diaz. He's able to hold on. And Milford now with speed up the far sideline. Pass right on the money to De Silva. And the whistle brings a quick end to a promising possession there for the Scarlet Hawks. Silva now across the middle of the field. Morera now knifes this ball ahead towards De Jesus, deflects off of a defender, spinning around, and now Stoughton gets the clear. This ball will take a hop past Marco De Silva. We'll now move it back further in the attacking side for Milford, but Stoughton with an easy intercept. This will take us down to 4 minutes remaining in the half. Ball on the foot of the captain, Cameron Wilson. Moved along towards the corner, and Milford sends it out of play. Trio of subs continue to wait to check back into the game for the Scarlet Hawks. Jesus and Morera trying to reach that ball. It pops out in front of the Milford bench, and now finally Rivero and company will have a chance to check back in. Meanwhile, Danny De Silva will get a rest here as the clock winds down to the final 3 minutes of this half. Rivero with a pass that Stoughton was able to get a piece of, and they take over. Knights continue to pressure. Milford cannot keep that ball in play as Gonzalez tried to walk the tightrope up the far sideline. Stoughton now with a late sub. The Knights with a toss. Gonzalez heads it down. Two defenders there for Stoughton, and now taken away by Isaac Carvalho. Gets tangled up, I believe, with Milford's Davy De Oliveira. Stoughton with another free kick. Clock frozen now as we drop under the 2-minute mark. This kick with a lot of spin on it. It's knocked down. Cannot be gathered in by Diaz, and Milford plays it out towards the far sideline, and now we'll dump it back. Morera with a forward roll gets back to his feet. Ball goes out of play, and Morera wondering why no whistle there. Up along the near sideline for Ribeiro. The footwork pristine as always for Brian. Toss in here for Milford. Less than 90 seconds to go in the half, as Milford just barely keeps that ball inside the far sideline. Trying to travel inside the box, but Stoughton with good numbers there in support breaks things up. Milford wins it back. Now here's Morera. Milford loses it again. Bodies collide as that ball came back towards the middle. Milford dumps this ball in. It gets deflected inside the box, but plenty of room for Cameron Pierce to scoop it up, and that will do it for a frustrating first half for the Scarlet Hawks. Just could really get nothing going on their offensive side of the field. Stoughton, again, aggressive right from jump. It ended up paying off late in the half, getting the goal off the corner kick to give themselves a 1-0 lead. So some interesting conversation to be had by Coach Pinto and his staff with this team as they gather together for halftime. So we will pause here on the broadcast. If you're joining us on the live coverage, you can hang tight. Less than 10 minutes for this halftime, and then we'll be back to see what kind of adjustments the Scarlet Hawks can make in the second half. A 1-0 lead for Stoughton as we bring you this action live from our Rentschler Biopharma broadcast booth. Stay tuned to this coverage of Milford High School athletics here on Milford TV. It's presented by Rail Trail.
Set main clock, 7:00. Enter. See if it comes up. I don't see the 7. After you put. Yeah, so hit stop.
Interested in bringing your ideas to life? Here at Milford TV, we give you the opportunity and resources you need to turn your content into reality. We offer memberships with access to equipment and use of our in-studio setup to allow you to get your message across in a professional manner. Or if you simply have the desire to gain hands-on experience in the field of digital media, you can become a volunteer at Milford TV, where we teach essential skills and tools that allow our members to create and tell their stories. From studio interviews to sports coverage to field shows, we provide the community the chance to stay informed and get involved. If you're a local company looking for an opportunity to promote your business, consider becoming a sponsor of Milford TV. We offer several sponsorship options for local business visibility during our sports broadcast as well as other areas. Whether you hope to inspire others, highlight issues you're passionate about, or would like to learn more and participate in the production process, Milford TV is the perfect place to start. Call or visit us at milfordtv.net for information on how to become a member or volunteer, and see why now is the time to join the Milford TV family. Come on over so you can be part of the action. Interested in bringing your ideas to life? Here at Milford TV, we give you the opportunity and resources you need to turn your content into reality. We offer memberships with access to equipment and use of our in-studio setup to allow you to get your message across in a professional manner. Or if you simply have the desire to gain hands-on experience in the field of digital media, you can become a volunteer at Milford TV, where we teach essential skills and tools that allow our members to create and tell their stories. From studio interviews to sports coverage to field shows, we provide the community the chance to stay informed and get involved. If you're a local company looking for an opportunity to promote your business, consider becoming a sponsor of Milford TV. We offer several sponsorship options for local business visibility during our sports broadcast as well as other areas. Whether you hope to inspire others, highlight issues you're passionate about, or would like to learn more and participate in the production process, Milford TV is the perfect place to start. Call or visit us at milfordtv.net for information on how to become a member or volunteer, and see why now is the time to join the Milford TV family. Come on over so you can be part of the action. Interested in bringing your ideas to life? Here at Milford TV, we give you the opportunity and resources you need to turn your content into reality. We offer memberships with access to equipment and use of our in-studio setup to allow you to get your message across in a professional manner. Or if you simply have the desire to gain hands-on experience in the field of digital media, you can become a volunteer at Milford TV, where we teach essential skills and tools that allow our members to create and tell their stories. From studio interviews to sports coverage to field shows, we provide the community the chance to stay informed and get involved. If you're a local company looking for an opportunity to promote your business, consider becoming a sponsor of Milford TV. We offer several sponsorship options for local business visibility during our sports broadcast as well as other areas. Whether you hope to inspire others, highlight issues you're passionate about, or would like to learn more and participate in the production process, Milford TV is the perfect place to start. Call or visit us at milfordtv.net for information on how to become a member or volunteer, and see why now is the time to join the Milford TV family. Come on over so you can be part of the action.
Welcome back, everybody. Milford TV Executive Director Tim Coet back with you on the call, bringing you this coverage live from our Rentschler Biopharma broadcast booth. With a state-of-the-art facility and a commitment to excellence, Rentschler Biopharma is poised to tackle the most complex challenges in biopharmaceutical development and manufacturing. Rentschler Biopharma, reliability you can trust. It is the Stoughton Black Knights with a 2-1 lead here in Milford as we're about to begin the second half in this varsity boys soccer contest. While we have a moment, we want to also acknowledge Unibank, one of our proud sponsors here for Scarlet Hawks Athletics on Milford TV. Unibank, big bank know-how, community bank attitude, serving the Milford community at their branch on Prospect Street, right inside the Shaw's Plaza. Happy to have Unibank joining our sports sponsor team as well. We're always looking for new sponsors here to join us on our sports coverage. If you're part of a business or organization that wants to partner with our organization, we highly encourage you to reach out to us at Milford TV. You can contact me directly at news@milfordtv. We have a lot of sponsorships available. We can customize sponsorships to really maximize the exposure for your business. It's a great opportunity and allows you to work with an organization like ours, constantly out in the community, serving the schools, serving the residents, and a lot of exposure on our sports broadcasts as well. We've had tremendous viewership for our sports coverage over the last decade. And in this last year alone, over 50,000 streams on YouTube for our sports coverage from the 2024-2025 high school sports season and our Legion baseball coverage as well. One of our highest viewership years on YouTube yet. So just continuing to grow our viewer base for our sports coverage. So happy to have new sponsors jump on board. As this ball goes out of play behind the Milford net, the Scarlet Hawks now looking to attack from left to right across your screens here in second half action. Sun breaking out onto the field once again. Louis Zeng will line up in the near corner here. It was Zeng's corner kick in the first half that helped deliver the only goal of the game to this point. Releases this kick right at the far post, and it is headed in. And so for the second time in this game, it is a Zeng corner kick that sets up for a Stoughton goal, and the Black Knights now double their lead. It is 2-0. It was the senior Calmandina, number 30, with that redirect in off the header. So not quite 3 minutes into the second half. It's Stoughton now with a 2-0 lead. Meanwhile, Louis Zeng with a pair of assists on those corners. And so again, this is a matchup that historically, for many seasons, has not been all that competitive for Stoughton. We trace the head-to-head meetings between Milford and Stoughton in boys soccer back to the 2018 season. Milford is 6-0-1 in that span against the Black Knights. Their only non-victory came when these two teams matched up last season and they played to a scoreless draw. But overall, since 2018, Milford has outscored Stoughton 37-5. A lot of lopsided victories in Milford's favor, but things have really shifted here in this matchup. A much improved Stoughton team, and Milford right now struggling to match up with the speed and physicality. Corner kick opportunity here now for the Scarlet Hawks, desperate to respond. This ball directed down and then blasted out of play, pulled down by head coach Antonio Pinto. And so Milford hoping to make adjustments at the half, but instead Stoughton comes out roaring. Another corner kick chance. And so only 2 corner kick chances for Stoughton in this game, and both of them have translated into goals. So really maximizing in that area. Foot race down to the far corner as Stoughton drifts this ball in, a dangerous bounce, and fortunate that Diaz was positioned well to scoop up that loose ball. Good kick here for Diaz. Right on the money to Brian Ribeiro. Brian Ribeiro made his varsity debut for the boys volleyball team in the spring of 2015, adding an additional sport now to his resume. Meanwhile, Stoughton with another check-in on Diaz. He was able to make a sprawled out save. So as this second half settles in, Stoughton continuing to challenge, continuing to create scoring opportunities, and the same cannot be said for Milford. Pushed forward by Ribeiro. Mikey Marrera along the near sideline. Contact as that ball went out of play. And it'll just be a flip of possessions as Stoughton will have a chance to toss it back in. This Black Knights team looking supremely confident now with a 2-goal advantage. As the wind right now continues to whip in towards the press box. So it'll no doubt be a factor for these corner kicks. It'll be the far corners that will kick in the favorable direction of the way the breeze is blowing, at least right now. Milford trying to collect. Stoughton captain Cameron Wilson battling in there, and the whistle goes against the Scarlet Hawks. Coach Rudolph continues to be very vocal from the Stoughton sideline. He has to be happy with what he's seen out of his team so far. Cameron Pierce with the free kick. Milford, good control there, able to get it quickly out of harm's way. Stoughton now regrouping just onto their defensive side. Now Marrera, outlet pass, looking for Marco Da Silva. Back in the direction of Lopes, who will push it into the box, on target to Da Silva, gets tripped up. Will we see a penalty shot here? A lot of contact inside the box. And so the first big break for Milford this afternoon, as they will get the penalty shot. Mikey Marrera will take it. Milford has scored on a penalty shot already on this young season. And this one blasted past a frozen Cameron Pierce. And so Mikey Marrera converts the penalty shot, gets Milford on the board here with 31:54 to go. And so the first sign of some positive momentum for Milford this afternoon. We'll see if they can build on that. With the score now 2-1. Milford back on the move. Ribeiro goes right back to Marrera. Tries to thread a pass through traffic. And Milford again getting tripped up. No whistle there. Now out of play in front of the Milford bench. And not out of play. Instead, the whistle going against the Scarlet Hawks. Low line drive kick. Mike Gonzalez steps in front. Ball goes out of play. Will stay with Stoughton. And so just to reiterate for our would-be fact checkers in our YouTube chat, tracing the head-to-head matchup back to the 2018 season, Milford's record in that span is 6-0-1. That's 6 wins, no losses, and 1 tie. That 1 tie coming last season in a scoreless draw between these two teams. So hopefully that clarifies. As we dip under the 30-minute mark in the second half, and a lot of contact along that far sideline. Ball goes the length of the field and out of play for Knight's goal kick. This is the first of back-to-back boys soccer home games we'll be able to cover for you here on Milford TV. We'll be back here on the turf on Friday with the football team away. This boys soccer team with an opportunity to play under the lights here at home and taking on a tough non-conference opponent in the Medway Mustangs. That game will get underway at 6 p.m. on Friday. So we hope you will join us for that live coverage. The football team will travel to Leominster High School this week to take on the Blue Devils in a much anticipated rematch from last season's Week 2 game that was played here in Milford, which which Leominster was able to snatch a victory from the jaws of defeat in the closing minutes of that fourth quarter, a game that is still very much on the minds of all of the returning Milford players. So while we bring you the the soccer action on Friday, we'll see if we can get any updates on the football action on the road for as long as we're on the air. High arcing kick drops down, a chance here for Ribeiro to settle it. But Stoughton, Lewis Zeng able to come away with possession back onto the attacking side for the Knights. Sliding attempt. And ultimately, the ball all the way back to the Milford keeper. Out of play on the far sideline. Stoughton with the toss back in. So after the penalty shot score for Milford, haven't been able to gain much traction from there. Stoughton continuing to execute their style of play, forcing Milford to be a lot more reactive than proactive in this match. Now Ribeiro carries this ball in deep. Nice sliding play now. De Silva there in support, trying to push towards the net. And this ball deflected out. We'll get a corner kick here for Milford. And you could see assistant coach Mike De Silva go down the line on the bench, calling for the bench players to get up on their feet and try to provide an energy boost. "25 minutes and 50 seconds on the second half clock as Milford gathers in at midfield. De Silva. Enrique Lopes also in there, and more frustration as Milford has the whistle go against them. Quick restart here for the Knights. Pushed back to Lopes here. A little bit of space over the middle. One touch for Morera. Two go back and forth, and now Morera will loop back around, place this ball all the way back to Guy Quaresma. Hawks will now test the far sideline. The field towards Mateus de Jesus. Racing forward in the corner, that ball goes out of play. Goal kick for Stoughton. Meanwhile, the Stoughton players on the field also calling for more from their bench players. We talked about it right off the start of this game. A lot of the bench players have stayed seated, very quiet, very low energy on the sidelines. And right now, these players that have been working hard out on the field looking for a little bit more from their teammates. Little over 24 minutes to go in what has just been an uncomfortable game for the Scarlet Hawks. De Jesus now pushes this forward. Ribeiro, can he track it down? Instead, it's directed back towards the middle of the field. De Jesus deflects it. Morera can't reach. And now collected in by the Stoughton captain, Cameron Wilson. And now Milford trying to find some space along the far sideline. Stoughton defense breaks things up again. And now ahead for Brian Ribeiro. Play us to the near sideline. Mike Gonzalez now loses control. Deflected out of play. Milford will toss it back in, but not before Coach Antonio Pinto calls for a timeout. It stops the clock with 22 minutes and 59 seconds to play in the second half. So with the stoppage in play, we take a quick look at our coverage schedule here for the month of September, getting further now into our coverage for this month. And you can see all of the games that are already available for viewing at your pleasure on our YouTube channel, including that girls volleyball action against North Attleboro, girls soccer against North, the week 1 football matchup against Westfield, and then our girls soccer action against Sharon from this past Monday. All of those games airing on our educational channel and our Verizon High Definition channel, and available for streaming at any time over on our YouTube channel. We'll have this boys soccer matchup available for on-demand viewing as well. And then again, we'll have that matchup against Medway for boys soccer coming up on Friday at 6 p.m. Next week we'll have girls volleyball action against Canton on Monday. And then boys soccer hosting the Attleboro Bombardiers on Tuesday before we close out the week with girls soccer action against the Canton Bulldogs. And then more football action as the boys return home to take on Natick on the 26th. And then we'll round out the month with girls volleyball action against Oliver Ames on September 29th. So a busy schedule still to come here as we continue on in the month of September. So we hope you'll join us for all of that live coverage. And again, make sure you don't miss any of our coverage. If you do miss any of the live games, they're all available immediately after the games are completed on our YouTube channel. So if you have not subscribed to our YouTube channel, we certainly encourage you to do so. It's youtube.com/MyMilfordTV. You can hit that subscribe button and be alerted to all of our live coverage, all of our uploaded staff productions, always adding new content to our YouTube channel. And of course, all of our Milford TV content is free and available to the public, as all public access television content should be. So we encourage you to check things out on YouTube frequently. Just over 22 minutes to go in the second half, a 2-1 lead for the Stoughton Black Knights. Nice job by Enrique Lopes to stay active in that play. Herrera moving this ball along, and now a trip, no whistle. And now it's Quaresma up along the far sideline, but Stoughton is positioned well again. Knights have just been in the right spots on the field all game long. And now easy play for the Stoughton defense. Quaresma pops it high up in the air. Moved along towards Marco Da Silva. Beg your pardon, it's Enrique Lopes who was able to push that ball forward. This ball all the way through to the corner. That will go out of play. Gianelli Cassine trying to deliver that ball into the box, but nobody home. About to reach the midway point of the second half. On a toss in deep on the attacking side. I beg your pardon. A toss deep on the defensive end for the Black Knights. And now a quick strike, and there it is, the equalizer from Danny Da Silva. It materializes out of nowhere. That pass snuck through Da Silva with plenty of space and almost a no-look shot that froze the keeper. And so Danny Da Silva gives Milford a big jolt here with 19 minutes and 41 seconds to go. It ties this game at 2. And a game that has been full of frustration for Milford turns on a dime. The energy completely shifting here for Milford now as the game starts over, tied up. Good play for Stoughton to knock that ball free. Stoughton now pushing the tempo up the far sideline. Good defensive play from Cassine. Now Da Silva steps in, some clutching and grabbing there. Da Silva frustrated, but that whistle certainly warranted. So Danny Da Silva now with his second goal of the season. And a big one that ties this game up. So Stoughton trying to call a timeout there. But the officials waving it off as the Knights didn't have possession. So Coach Rudolph, no doubt, sensing a potential momentum shift here with the Milford goal. This ball leaking through. Cassine steps forward. Morera now, a good feed along the near sideline for Lopes. And the whistle going against Milford here, and Stoughton now with possession. Coach Rudolph granted the timeout that stops the clock with 17 minutes and 22 seconds to go. A lot of timeouts in this game. Stoughton got the scoring started with a little less than 13 minutes to go in the first half on a corner kick that was taken by Louis Zeng and redirected in by Ayrton Jeanette to give Stoughton a 1-0 lead that they carried into the half. And then not quite 3 minutes into second half action, on just their second corner kick opportunity of the match, a corner kick that was again taken by Louis Zeng, Stoughton was able to finish it off with a redirect at the net by Medina, number 30. A 2-0 lead for Stoughton, but Milford has been able to find some success since then. Got a big penalty shot to get themselves on the board that was taken by Mikey Moreira. And then just over 2 minutes ago, a quick chance presenting itself in the box for the captain, Danny De Silva, and he was able to strike to tie this matchup at 2. So the teams retake the field out of the timeout. Stoughton with the free kick. Just off to the left of their net. Soft pass to the near side. Milford takes it away briefly. Zeng reels it back in. Across the middle now for Moreira. He deals it ahead to De Silva. Nice pass. Here's Brian Ribeiro into the box, and the keeper just able to get a piece of that ball that pops it up over the crossbar and out of play. Absolutely sensational feed for De Silva. Up ahead to Brian Ribeiro, who was able to free himself for a look on net, and a gutsy play for Cameron Pierce, who was able to come far out of the net, stuck the foot out, and was able to deflect that ball out of play to keep this game tied. And now a miss over the middle in the open field by Elias Liddy. And now this ball comes in off the hands of Pierce, and he's able to settle it down. All of a sudden, back-to-back quality looks on the Stoughton keeper. Stoughton pushed to the edge of the box. Milford breaks it up. Moreira, soft little pass. Directed back to the middle. And a stoppage in play as we have a player down for Stoughton, completely away from the ball, all the way back in front of the Milford keeper. It is Isaac Carvalho who was down for Stoughton. And so Carvalho had taken some hard contact as that ball was taken away by Milford. I think it was Mikey Moreira. The two collided. And Carvalho taking by far the worst of the collision. And so was unable to get back to his feet. And so an injury timeout here as the training staff looks after Isaac Carvalho. 15 minutes and 21 seconds remain in the second half as Carvalho now back to his feet and under his own power coming off the field here. This head coach with a hand on his shoulder. And a good display of sportsmanship for Guy Charisma, one of the Milford captains, going over to check and make sure Carvalho is okay. So he will come off the field here. Action will resume. Milford will restart with possession just onto their attacking side of the field. Hard blast. Pierce waiting to play the bounce. It's tricky. It gets past him, but fortunately on the outside of that far post. There'll be a goal kick here for the Knights. Milford lobbying for the corner kick. Dumped in to Silva. Tries to redirect it to the outside. Stoughton regains control. Milford clogging things up over the middle. Now Morera pushes forward, but right into a crowd of white jerseys. Morera and Ribeiro both pestering. Stoughton gets the pass away. They dump it down to the far sideline. Milford needing to get numbers back. And very little contact along the far sideline, but enough to draw the whistle. That was Ayrton Jeanette. Going down very hard over some very soft contact, but Stoughton has the whistle go in their favor, so a free kick here, 13:38 on the second half clock. Kick taken by Cameron Wilson, driven outside of the near post and then popped back in towards the net, but over the crossbar and out of play. It's 17 on 17 along the far sideline, pushed back to the middle. Here's De Silva. Had the game tying goal, tries to move it ahead towards Ribeiro. Now Ribeiro tries to jump back in the play, curls this ball towards the near sideline, but it goes out of play. Stoughton with the toss. Sense of urgency rises now from these two teams as we approach 12 minutes to play. Good bounce here from Milford. It's again De Silva and Ribeiro. Ribeiro takes a whack at this ball but could not get it through the defense, and leaving nothing to chance. Cameron Pierce falling on that ball as it was well to the far side of the net. Milford with a good read on that kick from the Stoughton keeper. As again we have another Stoughton player down. And again they will call for the training staff to come out on the field. This time it is Louis Zeng. Coach Rudolph out on the field. Ashley Desco, Milford trainer, checking on Louis Zeng, our second injury timeout on the Stoughton side in the last couple of minutes. Right now, pausing the clock with 12:04. The pace in this second half been a little choppy. A lot of timeouts. Now 2 injury timeouts. Meanwhile, this game's still hanging in the balance, tied at 2. Milford looking to extend their winning streak to 3 games. Stoughton looking to keep their winning ways going. Stoughton so far on the season, they opened the year at home against Sharon on September 4th and dueled to a 1-1 tie. And then hosted North Attleboro on Monday of this week and walked away with a 2-1 victory. So these teams have played a very similar schedule to start the season. They've played the same 2 division opponents so far on the year. Ready to restart now. With Zeng on the sideline, he's standing. Looks to be okay. As Milford heads this ball out of play. Stoughton long toss. Curled back into the box by Stoughton, but that will drift out. Goal kick for Diaz. Coach Pinto very active on the sideline. This ball takes a hop right towards Morera. And now out of the reach of Ribeiro, driven down the field by the Knights, headed back towards the midfield by the Scarlet Hawks. Milford struggling to gain a clean entry. They'll get the whistle here in their favor, do the Scarlet Hawks. Free kick just outside of the center line. It'll come with just over 10 minutes remaining. Now this ball up for grabs in the box, but Stoughton able to clear it out. Milford unable to win it back. And now the whistle against Milford. So we'll have the opportunity to see some good progression out of this boys soccer team over this next stretch. We will have 3 straight games on their schedule covered here on Milford TV. This game today, the game on Friday against Medway, and the game on Tuesday next week against Attleboro. 3 consecutive games, all of them live here on Milford TV. We understand that it's been a pretty spirited rivalry between Milford and Medway in boys soccer in recent seasons, so looking forward to having one of those games covered. Nice play by Cassine. He sends this one in, a sprawling play by Cameron Pierce, and eventually he covers it up. Never a bad idea to check in on the keeper. Cassine able to get a lot on that ball, keeping it low to the ground. The whistles continue to mount, as does the frustration on the Scarlet Hawks side. Knights taking their time here as the clock whittles down to the final 8 minutes. It's directed in towards the near corner. It'll stay with Stoughton for a deep toss in. Luis Flores will toss it in for the Knights. Looking for his captain. Ball deflects away to Silva. Getting locked up, and the whistle does go against Stoughton, as you can see Stoughton had a hold of the wrist of De Silva. He was still able to get a pass away. And so now Gianelli Cassine trying to get things started. Milford playing from behind for the second straight game. They were able to execute a comeback win against Sharon on Monday. Trying to do it again here at home against the Stoughton Black Knights, and again score late inside of the final 10 minutes to steal 2 points. Heavy contact again, initiated by the Scarlet Hawks. Up ahead here from Milford, navigated back to Moreira. De Silva streaking in, sends this one into the box, just out of the reach of Mateus de Jesus, excuse me, as that ball goes out of play. Gathered in by the Knights keeper. Coach Pinto frustrated as that ball was sprayed out of play on the far sideline. And now a hard deflection. Stoughton sending that ball off their own player, now up for grabs over the middle. Moreira bouncing off of contact, now gets what looked to be a trip from behind, but in a game that's had so many whistles, the contact for Moreira is let go, and then seconds later the whistle comes against Milford. So hard to get a real feel here for what is whistle worthy and what's not. Stoughton at times has done a good job of selling contact to get the whistles. Milford pushes this ball again back towards the middle, but it cannot be settled by De Jesus. Now back along the near sideline as Milford is pinned back deep. With the clock now frozen, we're under 5 minutes to play. Gathered in by Isaac Carvalho. Back on the field after getting shaken up earlier in this half. This ball out of play. It'll be a goal kick for Yuri Diaz. Moved along by Marco De Silva. Another Stoughton body flies to the turf. And the Knights with a free kick. Final stretch of the second half. Milford 2 and Stoughton 2. Up ahead, this shot over the far corner and out of play. Both of Stoughton's goals coming directly off of corner kicks. Here's De Silva trying to free Brian Ribeiro, but leaves that ball too far out in front. Short kick dumped back along the near sideline by Milford. Ribeiro over there, and Stoughton delivering that ball out of play. Deep toss in here for the Scarlet Hawks. They'll go the short route to Ribeiro. Tries to center this ball up. Nobody in front of the net. De Jesus crashing in late, but could not make a play, and that ball goes out. A missed opportunity there for the Scarlet Hawks. Time ticking away. Likely less than 3 minutes to go out there. Carvalho on the move again for the Knights. Broken up by Marco De Silva. And a quick toss back in now for the Knights. Across the goal mouth. De Silva winning the foot race, but will deliver this ball out of play. Now Ribeiro taken down. No whistle. Play on along the near sideline, out. And possession stays with Stoughton. Milford trying to get it back onto their attacking side for one more push, but Stoughton stubborn here, keeping possession alive. Now this ball leaking through towards the keeper. Diaz picks it up, and Milford with a chance to get one more push started here. High, short kick will drop down. Moved along by Morera. De Silva, good footwork. Switches back to the middle. And now dumped back across the center line by Stoughton. Milford frantically trying to settle it back down. Nice job sticking with it there, Shane Caguana. Now up ahead to Ribeiro. He keeps his feet. Gets it back to De Silva, who takes hard contact. Now bodies down in front of the Milford bench. And meanwhile, things getting very hot. And it looks like they're going to signal the end of the game. Pushing and shoving, bodies going down to the turf. It looked like at one point it was the official that accidentally initiated some contact. Milford is irate, still on the sidelines. As we try to sift through the aftermath here, it appears that this game is over, as Coach Pinto right now continues to talk to the officiating crew. De Silva got sandwiched between a couple of defenders. Play came along the near sideline. And meanwhile, as the officials tried to separate Danny De Silva with Luis Flores, the official put a hand on the lower back of Flores, who then went flying down to the turf as if he had been contacted by a Milford player, which again goes to show you a little bit of the theatrics that were on display here from the Stoughton team this afternoon. Unfortunate to see the game come down to that and end that way. cooler heads trying to prevail now amongst this coaching staff, but just a very unusual end to a hard-fought game here that got very physical, especially in the second half. So that is how it will end. It will end in a 2-2 tie. And certainly a little bit of frustration for Milford. They at least are able to salvage a point here today as they're able to tie this matchup in the later stages of the second half. Again, goals in this game on the Milford side, all in the second half on a penalty shot from Mikey Morera, and then on a goal in the later stages from Danny De Silva. So again, we finish this one up with the score tied at 2 apiece. So with that, Milford's record will improve to 2-1-1 overall on the season. Stoughton now at 1-1-1. But again, we'll have a lot more boys soccer action coming up for you in the days ahead, including a big matchup coming up on Friday evening as the boys soccer team plays host to the Medway Mustangs. That action will kick off at 6 p.m. on Friday here and will be carried live across our Milford TV platforms. We hope you'll join us for that coverage. But that's going to wrap things up here for this afternoon. A big thank you to Patrick Garapi, once again manning the cameras. And I am Tim Coet, bringing you the action live from our Rentschler Biopharma broadcast booth. That final score, one final time. It's a 2-2 draw between Milford and Stoughton. This has been a presentation of Scarlet Hawks Athletics here on Milford TV, presented by the Rail Trail Flatbread Company. So long, everybody.